Good morning. It's 12:13 a.m. The witching hour has begun. It's kind of nestled into there. We're at the midpoint. This is high noon of the witching hour. Yes. And welcome back, my most ethical light and love crew, practitioners, angels of light and love, my cream crew. Good to see you here. Thirsty Thursdays. I've never gone to a Thirsty Thursday before, but I guess it's like a kind of like a happy hour-ish type of gathering. Where, you know, it's kind of like your pre-gaming Friday. I think that's the idea of it, where I think it's mainly for singles because of the, you know, reference of being thirsty. Not just for a drink, but for a drink. Past tense we're talking about here. Winkety wink. So I got two X's here. Well, I don't know. Do I have two X's here? Holy smokes. Anyway, 2 of swords in reverse, which is excellent. And then on the right side, I have 10. So to me, it looks like 2X, like 2 times the amount of whatever this is. So Thirsty Thursdays. Maybe this is going to be my first Thirsty Thursday. But it's not what we, you know, what we originally thought it to be. So, yeah, I guess, like, I have a head start on this because I don't even have like the origination point of my own experiences in this arena. So this is going to be completely pure, tapping into the pure flavor of whatever this is supposed to be. So we're using the Shaman Tarot. Hello. What else do we want to say? I mean, this isn't just the 10. This is the 10. This is the X marks the spot. And like a free road, open road to that. I mean, that's the recipient side, the inbox side. Like, it's open, it's free. This is excellent. I'm just realizing because it is saying that I am, my receptivity is open and clear. And it's not like la-ti-da, I'm 20 years old, like, I don't know, fresh out of college or fresh out of high school or whatever. That kind of like, what is it? Is it called fresh bait? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's not that kind of receptivity here because I learned to say no again in a certain arena. I'm like, I know. I don't care who you are or what you own or what you do or whatever, but you're not going to treat me like that, especially upon the first intro. You are like... nobody is going to treat me like this. Is about setting the tone correctly so that there's no hop, skip, and a jump, like no playtime when it comes to how we're supposed to start things off. Okay, so gosh, it sounds very like coming from a disciplinarian, but this is like I've gone through enough revolutions to learn that you got to really set the tone straight. And if people do not, like, if people underestimate you, especially by the sight of you, that's not my problem. That's other people's problem. So let them digest that, okay? And you know, like, it's, you don't know unless you really know, like that arena, how important it is to be very clear with when others are needing clarity. So yeah, this is not like your green new, how do I say it? It's not that energy where you're just like, yeah, I'll just go with it. No. So this is a different kind of receptivity. It's heightened awareness, and open road, therefore, to my destiny. It's excellent. It's like, oh, it's here. Look, it's here. It's there. Looking straight at you. Thirsty Thursday. Not what I we originally thought it was. So what's going on? Tell me. Because, like, the more... like, I am pleasantly surprised and so thrilled that I am not, like, running around with my head cut off. I mean, I'm complying with, like, these little doodads of, like, okay, just doing the search of, like, what's next, like, what do I need to do next. But I'm not, like, fucking Bridezilla, you know? I'm not into that. So, but I am just, you know, casting out the line. It's kind of like your 5th time fishing. And there's a little bit of impatience in you, but at the same time, it's more like, I know how things are supposed to roll. I know I'm not supposed to force things, but I know I'm supposed to, like, engage in some type of activity. And by the way, when we're talking about Thirsty Thursdays, I'm talking also about my freaking plant. Oh, did I make it? I don't know. So I keep hopping around with my readings, but it's exactly the way it's supposed to be. So if you're a diehard fan, then, or like you're right on path, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't need to, like, reference, like, oh, it was like 2.5 readings ago via here. I don't need to explain myself. I used to do that, like, as far as guiding people, but, like, I know it's weird, like the head count that I have, like, written on here is insane. Like, are you serious? Like, it's been so, like, so still life, so, like, stagnant. It felt like that, like, I don't even know when I jumped from 42 to 300 something. Like, I don't even remember how I got to that point. I just remember it being, like, constantly stagnant. And even, like, at that number, it just blows my mind. My ego isn't saying this at all. This is more like acknowledgement, like, I'm an assessor, I'm an auditor, and it's not making sense here. So, like, sometimes, like, I wonder, like, I play these little mind games where it's like, it doesn't faze me. So, like, if I have, like, 1 extra subscriber, does that actually mean, like, in the, without, like, the gatekeeping or whatever it is, blacklisting, whatever the freaking case may be, the actual amount of viewers, especially with, like, who I interface with, like, at random, not so random, there's a lot. Like, it doesn't make sense for the people that I run into versus the head count here. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I have to tell you, I firmly believe that it does not make sense. So, like, I have to conceptualize. Okay, so for every 1 subscriber that I have on here, does that mean that I actually have, like, 1,000 subscribers? And even if that, like, for each one, or does that actually mean, like, 1 or 10,000 subscribers? Like, is that why it's, like, so slow in the incremental phases that, like, that it doesn't, I don't know. It's just, like, I don't understand it. It's so crazy to me. Like, does that mean that, do people think that if I have, like, whoever's behind all of this, do they think that if I see, like, 2 billion followers or whatever, or, like, record breaking, like broke the internet, broke YouTube, 32 billion trillion views or whatever, like, what do you think that, like, it's gonna make my head explode, that I'm gonna be like Miss Hollywood? Like, I don't understand. It's so weird to me. It's like, I don't even know what the rationale is, but, like, I could let my mind wander off into, like, all of these scenarios, and it doesn't even really matter. I'm just like, what is somebody gonna let me in on, like, what the whole secret is? This is so weird. So, yeah, I just find it to be an area of intrigue. It's like, but it occurred to me, I'm like, I wonder what, like, my true number is. Is it, like, because it just feels like, Oh, like it's rolling to like an additional one. Oh, Tina's got an additional one. Oh, it dropped down one. Okay, a week later, oh, another one. It's like, it's so weird to me. It used to be like, who doesn't like me now? I bet it's this person. And then now it's kind of entertaining. It's like, what is the psychology behind it? I don't understand. But you know, that's what it feels like. It's like, okay, I actually have 1,000 more subscribers or 10,000 more subscribers because of that one. Is it gonna stick? Is it gonna stick? I don't know. So it's funny. I think it's so okay. Why did I get to that? I was talking about my hibiscus plant. What the frick? That is weird. Okay, maybe it'll tie in later. I don't know, but oh, okay. So I dug, and you can see, like, I think on my Instagram, like, I had like more dirt than usual on me. There wasn't those stones, but I think it's other stones that were in there. I don't know. It just needed a readjustment. But I think the soil is super duper dry for it. Like, I need to mix it with some other stuff. It's just not happening. It's just really dehydrated. Like, it's a soil that, like, where does the water go? Like, I don't understand. Like, I've been watering it for a while, and then just, like, it's still dry on top. It's weird. So I gotta mix it. Anyway, it looks a lot better. Yeah. I toughed it out with the mosquitoes, you know. If anybody's trying to, like, what do you call it? Get into those energetic zones of other sentients and, like, get at me that way, there's still karma attached to it. So it's just like I battled it out, you know? Like, you really want your karma? Hit your fucking karma, you know? I know how to fix all of this, don't. So anyway, I still did my, like, I focused on my stuff, and it was still good. It was still good. Oh my gosh! I think I accidentally watered a hummingbird. There was like a little, I don't know. I scared something in my arena. I didn't even see it. But I was so happy. Like a freaking, I don't have any real blooms in my garden right now. I don't. It loved something in my garden. Something loved something in my garden. It was like either a giant moth or a hummingbird, but I couldn't quite catch it, see it, whatever. Anyway, that was beautiful. That was the first time. Yeah. So anyway, things are getting better. But I still know that there's certain pots that I need to audit, and I need to. Anyway, there's that. Bottom of the deck. Oh, it's the Chariot card. These are wild horses, kind of like they kicked off the rider. But this is kind of like the Ace of Pentacles right here. That's what it looks like. I know it's reminiscent of this kind of energy, you know, but like it's putting like a square peg into or like, you know, that kind of thing into a round hole, something, whatever. But anyway, this is more looking more like the Ace of Pentacles energy, but it's a silver one. I don't know why I'm hearing Silverchair. Oh, maybe because it's a Chariot card and then there's silver right there. I haven't heard like it's a 90s band, I think. Anyway, I haven't heard of Silverchair in a long time. The only thing that I can remember from it is Anna's song, and that's having something to do with anorexia. So maybe somebody has some kind of eating disorder here. Or, yeah, because Thirsty Thursday, yeah. I am, of all the things, like, lying here and, like, scrolling through and just trying, like, I'm glad I'm not tempted to go to other people's readings. Like, there's a little smidgen of me, I gotta say it. But, I know what's good for me. I know that this is correct for me at this time, especially. I don't know if it's a permanent thing or a long-term thing. I just know it's a thing for me right now. And this is actually really nice. It's a gift, and I'm trying not to like overthink things, but I do know that there's like, it's weird. Like, come on, this is so weird. The thing that I thought was going to be like the answer to assisting and moving things along, I complied with it. I complied with it step by step, like a freaking book. And I have to remember, I'm not the driver for other people's vehicles. I have to remember that. I don't know exactly if they're going to be triggered by anything in particular. I cannot micromanage the way I look, the way I dress, or whatever the frick. Like, I don't want to do that. So however I am presented, if there's like a freaking nuance that sets somebody off in a particular unfavorable manner, I have to remember, that's not my fucking problem. I have to remember I followed the instructions of my intuition, and if there's not a quick bite, I gotta remember not to be impatient with it, and just remember, okay, on to the next thing. Everything has its own little like cycle, so you know, I did my little personal touch there. And so like resting on your laurels is like a big ass thing in this theme right now. Like, you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna do that, and then ta-da, it's gonna be that. No, frickety no. What is this? It's 5. The High Priest, or the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so this is going to take some creative thinking, let me tell you. But not like, it's not supposed to be like bust your balls over it, but it's definitely, yeah, like it's just meant to remember not to like, what is it, what is that nursery rhyme where like the boy's sleeping at the hay or something like that? Why am I so far apart from what that's? I don't know. I forgot it, but it's this creative way of being. It's not 100% just thinking about it. It's just knowing that, like, with as much as you know and can foretell, it's not so exacting. There's a magic in it, okay? So the more you think you freaking know it, like, it's okay, then it's just life surprises you. And you know, when they say be careful what you ask for, you might get it. And I'm like, I like surprises. I like surprises. Who doesn't like surprises? And then there's these kinds of surprises. It's like, okay, fine. Let's make it interesting. I said I liked it to be interesting. I said I liked every day to be different. And hello, it becomes like this big puzzle piece, like pieces. So, all right, Thirsty Thursdays, what do you want to say? My divine panel. Look at that, boop. Knight of Pentacles, riding on a white buffalo. And 7 of Swords in reverse. Well, that's really what we're just talking about here. It takes some time, but it's no bullshit. You know, being led from place to place, they're not giving you the runaround when it comes to the spiritual sense. You should know this by now. You should know the comparative view between who your true kin are and the ones that are just pretending to be like that. Trying to, like, put the face of it. and you should know, like, who you could depend on. And I know Spirit has never ever let me down, even with like the ongoings of, you know, from just moving from here to, like, seriously, I don't even know how to describe it. How would I describe it though? We gotta at least try. Well, when it comes to Spirit, it's not really about reading energy. It is nothing of the sort. The bond is not about reading Spirit. It's about feeling and sensing, but it's more so feeling, because you know how they say, like, certain problems, worries, etc., manifest into physical form. So you can get, symptoms that arise that are inexplicable. Like, you cannot diagnose it. Doesn't matter, like, if you have a doctorate or whatever. It's and so there's that. Okay. So when we talk about the polarities of that, when I ask Spirit to just, like, make me, like, to comfort me or to heal me, it is the exact opposite. There's symptoms of, I don't even want to call them symptoms, because that's like dumbing down the energetics. But I'm telling you, Spirit never lets me down, especially if, like, there's a bunch of, like, bully energy trying to get at me. I do get the healing that I request. I do. I get the answers when I ask who did it, where is it coming from, what is the source. Because there are people who are, like, practicing, right? But there's also people who practice and pay others who practice. And there are some that, like, there's constant, like, a stream of middlemen. There's, like, a whole cast of con artists, basically. So when I'm provided the answers, it's for good cause. And that, I believe I'm supposed to delegate, if I'm called to. Delegate certain tasks, and give certain practitioners a realm of autonomy. Yeah. Or, I don't think I've ever given people very specific instructions, unless it's like a one-to-one thing, a one-to-one personal thing. Yeah. All right, so there's that. And there's something about the birth of a white buffalo I saw on my stream, so, like, that's a huge rarity. That's been a long time coming. But we can see now within proximity, within close view. This is good. All right, so Thursday, Page of Cups, and the wait a minute. Oh yeah. Page of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so that would drop to the inverted level, starting something for yourself. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. So this is, I don't really want to call it hobby time. This is more like, we talked about creating. This is a creation period. And this is to engage in something that you already know, but you also are kind of like new at. And if you can get really good at whatever you're really, really good at, Tina and Kin, then you know at the starting point of something else. It doesn't even have to be like at square one. And it can be at square one if you freaking want it to be. But you could be at like square 4, you know what I mean, out of 20. So you could be a little bit further along, or 4 out of 10, whatever the frick, okay? Whatever that particular thing is, like if you can get so good at this, you could probably get so good at that too. And you don't have to be, but like the engagement in it, because it makes you happy, is going to add to many other things. It's innovation on its way to something, whether it's very direct or indirect in its passage. So do not underestimate that, because you're giving back to yourself. You're starting something for yourself, okay? And I don't think I've ever let myself down within these like activities. In my readings, I cannot say I have let myself down. I look back and I thought I was going to have some cringy moments in trying to source back to, let's say, a dream that I had a few years ago, and I'm referencing it. When I go back to those readings where like I did like I seriously did a lot of work, and it was something that came natural, but it still took a lot of work, and a lot of like isolation, and while there were like other things going on, like I would be at somebody else's house with their kids and the dogs and like all of these things, like all this, and I would have my cheap ass headphones on, and I'm trying, like, everything's so loud, I have it on fullest blast, I'm worrying about my my hearing, and if I'm getting things right, or if like there's too much noise in the background, and I'm typing things up to like do a voiceover, then I do the voiceover like kind of in ASMR, but like a clear, like, there were a lot of things going on. So I like looking back on those things and even not knowing what went on behind the scenes, but then also knowing what went on behind the scenes, both, like, I was pretty happy. I was pretty proud of what I not only accomplished during those days, but like my freaking output. Like, when I was going through those like court cases, or like even interviewing for freaking jobs, like there's no way that I could like box that presentation for them to really understand exactly all of what was going on. There was no way that I could, capture all of that for them to be like, oh wow, you like, that's amazing. They would not value it in the same capacity. Even if I was like, I don't know, some big shot producer, whatever, like, ta-da, Porsche, I didn't, even with a particular brand name, there's, no, brand names would do it, because like it's very aesthetic in those arenas, so that's what like captures the attention. So I guess, what do you gotta say? Like, you you either, so how do I say it? That's how I know whether or not this is my true, or just like, we're just, I'm just gonna have to make believe for right now in this certain arena and find out like what are the learnings, like that's what's dishing out from me. I know at face value that's basically what I got. That's what I gotta work with. Yeah. And then, like I said, those energies that I know that are faking it but do view me, there, that initial, like, how do you do sincerity, is, I told you, those who pretend, like, those who try to fake with me, end up getting a shitload of karma. Like, it's always true. It's always true. I can't make believe with fakers. Yeah, it's just, anyway, Thirsty Thursdays. What did you want to tell me? So yeah, this could also be like starting, what do you call it? Learnings, if you have the funds for it, to like go to a particular arena to like workshops to, you know, learn certain things. This is an optimal time. This, yeah, I'll talk about workshops and learnings on Page of Swords, definitely. Supplement. This is, yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I don't quite have the comfortability, I would say, for such, but there's, you know, there's free, you know, there's content creators that are build learning, like build libraries to learn from, and so there's that. Which is great. So again, this serves purpose to why I should not be going to other people's readings, because there's other resources that I can tap into. So it's just opening up that space for that. So it doesn't mean that I have to binge watch, like take up all that time and like squeeze it into, you know, the binging on that arena. But like, you know, it's just, it's kind of casual. It's like, yeah, it's casual. All right. I've landed on my left toes. 10 of Wands inverted on my left toes. Why? Why is that? Okay, over here, you got Page of Pentacles extroverted, 8 of Swords extroverted, and the 10, or the King of Swords extroverted. What the frick is this? Thirsty Thursdays. What the heck? What? Page of investing in. So there's some, yeah, there's something about like, these are people who are high achievers. Whoever's like here right now, high achievers, like you expect a lot out of yourself. This includes me. So when you're starting off this new thing, like, be okay with that starting point. Be okay with not being so like extremely spectacular, wonderful, like it, terrific, wonderful-ific, like prolific is what they're saying. You don't need to. You're allowed to be a page. You're allowed to be at starting point and be like, I'm just a new, you know, like undercover boss. I'm just a new guy here, you know, like you are completely given the allowance, the blessing to do that. Because you know what? This fell on my left foot. This is kind of like starting off not on the right foot, that kind of saying, of taking on too much. You know, it's like gulp, 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 gulp. Gotta like fill up on this like huge ass playlist of things to learn. So when you put yourself out there, start something new, playing on your drum, beating on your drum, like da 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 da. But like, this is my usual rhythm. Yeah, in your usual rhythm thing that you've been doing for X amount of years, this is this other thing that you're starting. You don't need to do that, because you're going to get stuck like in this like intellectual, like all up in your mind, like all up in, which is like, if you're capable of it, that's great. But just because you're capable of it doesn't mean that you need to like go just, like suck yourself into that zone. No. Because this King of Swords energy is very, very strong, because you're aiming to like get like immersed in it, stuck in it. Like, this is not feeling the feels, this is thinking the thinks. Why am I laughing? But this is like aiming towards like getting like fully immersed, like, yeah, swept away into that. And you don't really want to do that with the Swords energy. No. I mean, I guess if you're like getting into law and all of that, but even that, like, that just makes it so dry, I feel like. You know, this is, sometimes you gotta live a life a little to like be like, oh, I see another angle at how I can approach this, you know, whatever case. Yeah, you saw that there was a light twitch there. So definitely from the ancestors, coming from this visual here. Yes. Inverted. Yeah, they're saying like the going that beast mode will kill you. This is coming from the ancestors, you see? You think that beast is your friend, and it's like, no, you played a little rough with it, and now it's gonna, you know, it thinks that it can play rough with you. That's what, oh, yeah, energetics, for sure. Top of the deck, what do you want to say? Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. So this is stirring the big old pot. Cabbage Patch style, I think, with a little style. I didn't do that right, but yeah, I did it more of like a witch Cabbage Patch. Oh yes. Okay, but yeah, that's what's going on here. So there's a lot of drive, a lot of passion, a lot of creativity on fire. The secret sauce is the Holy Grail, the cup, the thing that makes it happen. Like, what have you got to stir? Number one, if you got beef with yourself. Why are they saying that? Oh, because it's a freaking cow and stirring the pot, and then you have to do that for yourself. The Holy Grail. Okay, I think everybody's got it. Whew, okay, yeah. So this is 100% the most important lesson. Crossing this bridge of like my new ex with you know what I'm talking about. So there's that, looking at that, like whatever beef anybody had with me, the triggers that it had on me as far as to respond or to like defend or whatever the frick, I realized, you know, this whole yappity yap about all that stuff, just another dimension of learning that, like, that's all their stuff. But I still had to release. I still had to convey a few things. I think they could have made it more concise. It's kind of like an accordion where it's like slowly decompressing it. Yeah, so the ratio, the fraction of, they want to say compatibility, but the ratio of compression, I'm getting that much better, getting that much better, getting that much better. They're like, yes, you're doing great. Okay, so Thirsty Thursdays. This is again about replenishment. Hello. Okay, these two, what did you want to tell me? 9 of Pentacles extroverted and 9 of Wands inverted. Again. Okay, this is master number 99, disguised in kind of like Piscean energy. It's like, whoop. Do you see that? Do you see the Piscean energy? Ah, you know. Okay, anyway. This is master number 99, the master performer. What do you want to say? Oh yeah. Okay, so in going ta-da with whatever you do, this is more of like a personal ta-da before you like enter into a crowd and say ta-da. Because like, what is your expectation when you go like ta-da? Do you expect people to clap for you? Like, do you expect people to like respond in a certain arena? People are going to respond however the frick they want to respond. So I think this is the important part of my performance part, is that I don't go ta-da, okay? Unless I'm 100% certain, I don't give a fuck whatever you say. It's, to me, it's ta-da. So yeah, so the extroverted part in performance and in being sturdy with what you with the manifestations of how you extend yourself, like if you're good with that, regardless of how anybody else thinks, you can drop your guard. Okay, you can also let loose with yourself. Like, you're showing up for yourself, but it's also kind of letting loose while you're like doing your thing. This is more of a me moment than a you moment, unless you'd like to be an us moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's not meant to disgruntle you, and if it does, goodbye, goodbye. Okay, that's it. Thirsty Thursdays. All right, I think I gotta do bananagrams again. So this is gonna be like a 2-hour event. Just kidding. All right, 4 of Cups. Okay, so talk about being disgruntled, right? Who's disgruntled? Which rock has been surfaced as disgruntled? Like, leave me alone. This is my house. Leave it alone. What is it? Okay, 9 of Cups. Yeah, somebody's like a little disgruntled. Like, I have something to say about how they live, how they, you know, what their temple is like. It's like, what is that song? It's Dissolve by Abso Facto. I think it's right. So why don't you just let me be, kind of thing. That's fine. I didn't force you to be here. All right, let's cut the deck. Let's turn it. 3 of Wands in reverse. The tidings have come back. I rolled in or something like that, but it's here. Whatever is supposed to be here is here. It's here. Okay. What's clocked in? Like, who's present? What's present? 5 of Pentacles. What the frick is this? Thursday. 5 of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So, yeah, again, this is Thirsty Thursdays, and not what you, like, usually conjure it up to be, like what you expect it to be. And this is a prime example, like, of what's delivered. It may appear to be the 5 of Pentacles arena. It may appear to be like, oh, it's not that great. Okay, but don't prejudge it, because right behind it is the 10 of Pentacles. Sometimes the 5 of Pentacles does give you that starting package, that bare bones package to like jumpstart your shit to the 10 to multi. Oh, somebody has an issue with that. That's crazy. Whatever. To the 10 of Pentacles, like the leap over, you see? The leap over like these zombies in the bottom. You see, like, Jack jump over the candlestick. These people who think they're totally lit, screwing around. No. So what Spirit has delivered to me was this arena of scandal. What is it? Scandalous scandals, whatever. They're gonna, like, I don't know, I'm curious about how that might unfold, because this is the kind of energy that's actually that breaks the law. They don't just break the rules or break the protocol or break whatever's in the handbook, violate these principles or whatever. These are absolute affirmed fuck yous to the whole organization, to every entity within the depth and the breadth of the organization. This is absolute, like, they think they're doctors. Oh my gosh, you see, you know how doctors used to have that like little, like, you know, metal plate or whatever with a band? That's what it is. These are people who have doctorates, who feel like they own it. But these are people who are actually breaking the law. There's something about what they're doing in not just one angle, but multifaceted in how they're breaking, like, the actual law. not just like the organization stuff, but this is breaking the law. This is with how deep this is, and my introduction to there, with how things happened, that there is scandal there, and so I just leaped over it like, okay, I got my learnings, I got my gifts, I confiscated some wands, and I'm just moving along. So that's where I think the stomach growl was. That was weird. Good today. So what else do we want to say? I don't know. There's something else. But okay. One clarifier on that, my divine panel. You just tell me whatever. It's all right. It's good. Starting point of leaping into this new portal. You know what the card this is? This is the star card. Shaman. Shaba. Yeah, for sure. Again, in 5 different languages. There's that. Okay. 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 Yeah. I don't know how is this world doing this? Like, I don't even understand. Like, what is this, like, mean that all of a sudden it's just like snap a Rooney and like it's all here? You know, it's like it's here. Whatever this thing is, it's here. Okay. So, okay, Thirsty Thursday. What is my focus for today? I'm interested. What is my focus for today? Oh, it's the High Priestess. You already know. You don't have to tell anybody shiz, Tina. Like, keep them wondering if you want. Like, what are, like, they don't have the right to know. They don't have the right to dabble in your, like, dream state or whatever. You know what I got? You know what download I got? Anybody who's curious to enter into my dream state and trespass in that arena, they are going to get an absolute rude awakening, but an absolute learning. You know what I mean? Like, there are guidelines. There are strict rules that are like sticky energy. So it's kind of like flypaper. If you land into my dreams state and choose to try to like trespass in that arena, there it will be known by more than one crowd, and they will personally deal with you in in a way that will teach you a lesson, and it's going to be very, very personal. I know this, and wait, it's going to teach you a lesson, and it's meant to reach you in a way that that is unmistakable and unforgettable. And this is not particularly a threat, though it can lean into that. This is more of caution. This is an absolute caution, because there are some things that people have hidden that they didn't even realize they hid. It reaches a level of a different kind of pain that their subconscious also hid. And so I received that download yesterday evening now, I guess, or a few hours ago. So there's that, okay? My focus for today is just knowing that I know better than anybody else at this, like, what's supposed to happen, what's supposed to go, how things are supposed to move along, or sit quietly, or whatever. Just know that you're the high priestess. You're the ultimate high priestess of your arena, Tina. So, like, it's not about one-upping or a pissing contest. It's just knowing that you know. And it's, again, it's not an insult. It's not a challenge. It's nothing like that. It's this is a very like, every part of your life is crucial, okay? But this is again, it's a new life, new energy. So I need to treat it in a way that is very deserving of that level of care. All right. So so that is my focus. What is any, like, do you have any other recommendations? What's your highest recommendation for today? Where to find panel? It is 13. It's a death card. Highest recommendation is honoring the realm of death. So there is, you know, like, there's the like a river dance, a rain dance. This is the death dance. What is it? Dead can dance? What is it? There's some song in there. But it's there's an area of solemn tribute and honoring. There's also what they call awake, in talking about the end as remembering, like, in remembering the good times. I think that's the crucial part right there. And then there's also the dance part of it. What is it? Lord of the dance, said he. What is it? Dance, and wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be. There's something about that. So yeah, there's then I'm hearing, it's kind of leaning into that song, Turn, 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 by, I think, the Byrds. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, especially with that birth of, like, yeah, definitely. So there's that. Okay, so that's the highest recommendation. Okay, so it's honoring death, like, as a tribute. All right, I think that's it for right now. I don't think I'm gonna do bananagrams. It's kind of late now. It's nearly an hour, and I'm, like, winding down, and I'm almost done completing one of the readings, and I think I just want to, like, brush my teeth, drink some water, maybe have an orange, and go night-night. Oh yeah, I gotta put away the chicken too. The chicken was so good. It's so good. Yes. All right. Okay. So what is my divine kin crew, like, putting in the work, like the good work? What do you want to what's our takeaway, huh? What's your takeaway? 4 of Wands in reverse. Again, it's establishing roots. You know that hibiscus thing? I also trim the roots, just like to keep it, you know, keep it going. Like, kind of accentuate, promote growth. It's kind of like a hangman deadhead kind of thing. So it's promoting growth by like chopping the roots. So some people, like, it's probably good to have a haircut at this time. Something about that. But this is 4 of Wands in reverse. So this is reestablishing your roots 100%. Yeah, it's, some roots have like deaded out. They're just when you have a certain channel, an area like of a receptivity that deads out because they feel like they've plateaued, like they're not in, they don't feel like there's any capability of any further growth, so they just stay stagnant there, and the whole like sentience just like dies, like just like yeah, like that's important to reestablish, reinvigorate your roots, yeah, by, you know, kind of starting anew. That's what it is. So there's that. All right, what's just my takeaway? 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So again, surrender. It's like I don't own you. I don't whatchamacallit, I don't control you. I don't control everything. Even the things that I own are not, like, I'm just kind of borrowing them at this time that I'm alive. I'm gonna live a long time, but yeah. Master number 44 here is here. But it's like it's not micromanaging. Okay, so I know, like, with what I do, regardless of the quality, there'll be certain features of the world that'll try to quantify it, okay, and put it in this like packaged box, and like, okay, processed, okay, whatever. And so that try to package perceptions, and it's like, yeah, I don't control that. You know, whoever's vibing with me is gonna vibe with me regardless of the numbers or whatever. But I think I just haven't really quite understood the realm of numbers. Like, it's I have to speak on this because it's kind of important to me, just to divulge, just to kind of rationalize and talk this one out. So, you know, those readers that are like, live reading, priority given to donations, like donations first priority or something like that. And they start off their readings like really, really like dirt low cheap, like $5 a reading, like $5 for, I don't know, 10-minute reading or whatever. And like, how do I say that? I'm not supposed to do that, okay? However, these people are like racking in like I don't know how many X amount of readings while they're doing this like expansive thing. But then like an expanse of like 1 to 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours. And it doesn't make sense to me how they are doing that at like, at the state that they are doing it, like what kind of information they're divulging, even if it's for entertainment value. Like, I don't understand like how I am not getting those financial like donations. Like, I don't have to put it in writing, I charge this and this or whatever amount. Like, I don't have to look, how do I say it? It doesn't make sense that I'm not receiving the donations of that quantifiable number for the quality of work that I'm doing, even like at that bare minimum level, comparatively speaking. Like, it just blows my mind. So I know that the universe is doing some kind of funky little chicken dance kind of thing, initiate chicken dance, for me, and working out certain kinks and like what I truly deserve. So I'm trying not to hate on anybody else, and I don't think I've ever hated on those people that are doing whatever they do to rack in their haul. But like, I'm just speaking on the fact like it's not making sense. Like, it's this like massive cosmic Rubik's Cube that changes within a wink of an eye, so you can never really quite get it right, almost thing. But like, I that's what it seems like it is, but I know it's not. I know that there's a method to the madness that is very, very, very much disguised. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Again, saying 4 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not gonna micromanage however that's supposed to be, but I'm glad that I can laugh at the part where it's like, oh my god, 1 extra subscriber. You know what that means. Yeah. So I can't take it as like, you know, it's no hard feelings. I don't understand what it's all about. But I do know that I am the high priestess, the highest priestess of my own realm. Like, I know that for a fact. And that's the most humble way to say it. That could expand further out, but that's what I can at least speak to for the current moment. Yeah. There's something that needs to be said, though. What do you want me to say about that? Archangel Michael, what, like, leading the panel, what is it that you want to say about that? Picking 3 cards as the, because I can be the Empress and High Priestess together. King of Wands, okay, you're definitely networked in there with like some huge gators. So that's excellent, right? Queen of Pentacles, you're definitely the mom of the group. Yeah, this is great. Heading it out of the park. That's already a home run right there with those 2 cards. Again, 2 major spirit totems here. Fierce in different aspects. 1 aquatic, but also can live on land. And the other is, it's basically a grizzly mammal. Okay. 3rd, Ace of Swords in reverse. Still some to be determines about this. To be announced or to be determined. I'm getting more. It could, yeah. Look, dude. Okay, so there's the D right there, but it's also the A. To be determined or to be announced, to be discussed, whatever. So this is very like there's some things that should not be disclosed at this time. Yeah, definitely. All right, so okay, still that's the bottom of the deck, which is the Chariot card. I don't remember what the top of the deck was. It's the Empress in reverse. You see what I'm talking about? There's that. Okay. All right. Thanks very much for all donations provided in light and love that reciprocate equally in light and love and only of light and love. Blessings be. So, now that this reading is officially over, I call back my power. Energy and essence. Yes, yes. And my gifts. My goals. My gifts. From those that express, generate, cast, bring, bear, any of those, or any variations of those. Ill intent, ill will, and or ill entity. To pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings. And also through another cycle of that with Archangel Michael's blue flame. Thanks so much for letting me borrow that. To go through another sanitary cycle. And then to be refortified within me, only me, attachment free, with the exception of all bonus points. Okay, so this is going to be hassle free, no bother, unmarred energy. Thanks so much. You're a great help. Okay. Upon closing the portals in the screen, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas, assisting with the sequence of roll out. And I love to close the portals in this reading.